Welcome, Instagram family. Hi. Welcome. I'll just wait for the call to go out on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome, Facebook family. How's everybody doing? Yeah, they're trickling in. Hopefully everyone's good wherever you are in this world, in this crazy, crazy world. What a time to be alive, that's for sure. Wow. I don't know how everyone's doing. Hello. But the intensity is just, it's something else, isn't it? I had this reflection yesterday where I really feel like I'm in a sci-fi movie. Hello. We'll just give it another minute and then we'll get right into it. But yeah, I honestly feel like I'm a participant in a sci-fi movie right now. And it's a sci-fi movie where I don't know where the script is going. It's like you can't predict the ending, but you know you're a part of it and you know you've got a role to play. And you know that there's certain things that are just a non-negotiable for you in this movie, but it's still a sci-fi movie nonetheless. Okay, so we've got people jumping on. Welcome, Facebook family. Hi, everyone. All right, well, then we shall begin because we've got the numbers. If you do want a reading tonight, please do put your, I'm feeling the same, McLean. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I have to laugh because it's that crazy. But, man, we've got the goods to be here, that's for sure. So if you do want a reading tonight, please put your name in the comments and I will be picking two lovely souls to do power animal readings for. But before we begin, just wanted to share some insights on, my perspectives of what's unfolding, or I guess what's unfolded for me this week in reflection to what's going on. And I honestly, look, it's hard for me. I'm a single mum to twins, and great to see you again, Facebook user. Sorry, I can only see Facebook user. It doesn't show names on this app, on this program, sorry, that I use. So if you're on Facebook, I can't see your profile name. On Instagram, I can. So anyway, it is hard yakka trying to homeschool my twins in this current climate. And I've really been reflecting on, okay, this is the dance that I'm in these conditions. This is not what I want. This is really not what I want. I've always had this vision of living in community, this vision of being co-creating with like-minded souls and living on the land. And all the dreams that I've had in the last 12 months, which I've shared on here and in so many different places, have all been saying the same thing. And it's really these situations we're in. We've got our own individual situations, our own individual struggles with our families or the children or whatever it is for you at home, to really reinforce that your own vision, whatever that vision is of what you want. I bet you it's not this. I bet you it's not what you're currently in. And it's really to make sure that you stay on track with what you're wanting to dream in, because they can't afford, when I say they, it's humanity, it's our beloved Mother Earth, it's our star family. They cannot have us fall off track, meaning they cannot afford for us to lose our vision. And we have to be pushed in such a way where we experience the opposite. We absolutely experience extreme. That's why I say sci-fi movie. You couldn't have made up a better script for this part, right? In really knowing what we don't want so that we can really, dream in what we do want. We are so gifted as human beings. We're such powerful manifestors, and the powers that be have taken advantage of that. And that's why we've got the world we have, is because we've given our power away in what we've dreamt in via movies, Hollywood, via movies, via the conditioning we've received at school, by the conditioning we've received from our beloved parents. There's so many ways that they've really driven us and what we've thought, so that we can create not the world we truly want in our hearts, but the world that has been part of our design. Anyway, I could talk about this till the cows come home, but I just really wanted to reiterate, whatever you're going through right now in your personal life, If it's definitely something you don't want, and it's very likely it is, because nobody would be happy with this current environment, then dream in what you do want. Don't give up on that dream, because I'm telling you, it is coming. I've seen it, but it requires us to stay diligent, and it requires us to stay on point and do the inner work. And what I mean by the inner work is show up for yourself. Yeah, other people, they can be supported, but show up for you. Do what you need to be able to navigate these times. Do what you need so that you can feel supported and have all the nourishment, the soul nourishment that you need to take whatever steps you need to really go for it in these challenging times, okay? Again, I can talk about this till the cows come home, but let's do some readings. Okay, woohoo, we got good numbers. All right, so now I saw a lovely name on Instagram which jumped out at me, so bear with me. Let me find you. Ebony, you jumped out at me on Instagram, so just bear with me. Yeah, beautiful. Ebony. Okay, let's see, Ebony, who you've got. Gosh, there's just so much that wants to come through with you, Ebony, so just bear with me. I'm not kidding you, Ebony. I know I say this with a lot of people, but there's a whole zoo, so just bear with me, because it's like they're shuffling for position. When I say they're shuffling position, this is how funny it gets, okay? Sorry, I'm just fixing the screen. It's like a zoo. Literally, it's like a zoo. Oh, what's going on here? Sorry, what have I done? Okay. It's like the curtain opens, and all of a sudden I see a hoof, I see a tail, I see a wing, I see it's like they're all, right, who's going to reveal themselves now for this specific moment? And it's not your spirit animal, because the spirit animal is, although it is you, and it's a much more profound connection with the spirit animal because you two are one. That is a reading I do one-on-one or in my group sessions, because that requires a much more in-depth process. So it's one of the power animals that will step forward. Okay, beautiful. Finally, someone's moved forward, and I have a snake. Okay, Ebony, I have a snake. Bear with me. Let's see which snake, because I can only see its head. Can you show me more? Are you coming forward? All right, beautiful. It is a python. Okay, I have a beautiful python. It actually says it's a male. All right, so this is a male python, not a female python. I'm waiting to see what patterns we've got. What patterns? Okay, so he says he's actually a carpet python. I don't know my pythons. I know, I guess I know that there's certain pythons that people have as pets, and I believe that the carpet python is one of them. He says he's a carpet python. I don't know why that's significant for you, but that's what he wants to say. He's a carpet python. Okay, so how long? Okay, so he says he's been with you since the age of 4 years old. Okay, so when an animal's been with us, a power animal's been with us from such a young age, it's usually when the spirit animals move to the background because of a change in your environment. Now, that could have been you had to adapt to something at the age of 4, which meant that your spirit animal had to move to the background, which was you used to navigate as you and the spirit animal intact, whoever that spirit animal is. But at the age of 4, something happened and you had to adapt. And so this animal, this beloved carpet python, came in its place. Your spirit animal is still with you, by the way. It's just in the background, energetically in the background. But this python came to support you from the age of 4 moving forward, okay? So let's see who you are, beloved python. Okay, definitely protection, I got that. So this python, childhood trauma. All right, well, there you go. So there was a significant, something significantly changed for you in how you navigated through that trauma at the age of 4, yeah? It would have been, it's like cutting, I won't say cutting of a knife, but it's like one door closes, another one opens in a way that we need to adapt, yeah? In the way we need to navigate. So the way that this snake would have supported you, because he's showing me, he supported you in getting grounded. He's been holding you, right? This is the way he's showing me, wrapped around your body, and he comes over. Okay, thank you. He comes over and sits on your, what's this? This is my left shoulder. Sorry, it's the opposite on the screen. It's my left shoulder. That's where his head sits. And he's been doing this. Obviously, it's been unconscious, my love, so you haven't known that he's been there. But he's been there nonetheless, and he sits there with his head there, protecting you as well as supporting you and getting grounded, okay? Now, because you now know that he's there, this is where it gets really cool, is connecting with him. All you need to do is see or feel him there, yeah? This is how simple this is, because the more that you share energy with him, the more he shares the power of protection with you and the power of getting grounded. He's also showing that while he's wrapped around your, because he's completely wrapped around your abdomen, and it goes all the way over here, over your left shoulder. when he's wrapped around your abdomen like that, he's showing me that he's also been supporting you and feeling safe. Because it's one thing to feel grounded, it's another thing to feel safe, right? So he's showing me that it's like hugging tight around your base chakra, which is where we, when we're out of balance there, that's where we don't feel safe. It's where we're having to survive or feel that we need to survive and we go into fight or flight. That's where it's like he's hugging that area really tight, okay? So what I invite you to do, beloved Ebony, connect in with him, sit with him. When I say sit with him, it's not like you're going out on a date. You're sitting there and you're connecting in with him. You can do that with your eyes closed. You can do that with your eyes open. But it's about connection. It's about connection. And the more that you spend time together, the stronger this relationship will be. And it seriously, it's life-changing. And the examples I use is you can go into a room and there's someone in the room that potentially makes you feel uncomfortable or you have to have a challenging conversation with. Well, connect in with your snake. Really feel your snake in those moments. Remember he's sitting there above your left shoulder. Sorry, it's my right in the screen, above your left shoulder. When you do that, he's got your field. What I mean by that is he's got your field intact. Your energy field is solid as a rock. So that gives you a sense of empowerment. That gives you confidence. So you can have those engagements with the people where previously you would have felt uncomfortable, or previously some of those people would have intimidated you, and then it just puts up this energetic field. And the universe meets us where we're at. So if you're feeling solid in your field, if you're feeling solid in who you are because of how this snake is supporting you, watch what happens. People respond. I've shared so many stories on here. I like to pick different ones each time just so it's, fresh for different people. But my favorite one always is the scorpion, which was in Mexico, and the kangaroo one, as well as the tarantula one. Let's see which other one, because I've just shared them all. So I want to make sure I share a different one. Okay, so I got where I lived in Mexico. This is a different experience with the scorpion. Where I lived in Mexico, let's just say that when you went to the beach, it's not like the facilities you have here where there's a toilet or there's any facilities. A lot of the places that I'd spend time in, it's isolated, but there are visitors. Yeah, so it's not like you're there all the time by yourself. There was one time where let's just say the weather changed, but I needed to go and get something from my car, okay? And I couldn't take everything that I'd left on the beach. And it's not that I'm inviting you to abandon things and, I'm going to write a disclaimer. Do not totally believe what I'm saying. I'm just telling you how this worked for me, okay? Because scorpion's one of my protection animals. So anyway, I had to leave my stuff on the beach, okay? I had to leave my stuff on the beach. Anyway, I had to go to the car and get what I needed. The stuff that I was leaving on the beach happened to be my really sacred things. So a lot of my sacred items, there were, crystals. There was my Salma door, which is a special vessel that I use for cleansing. Anyway, really precious stuff. I couldn't carry it because it was heavy and I really needed to get something from the car. So I put my scorpion, okay, so how I told you the snake wraps around you and it sits up here? So you can also use your snake in different ways as long as it's just you and protecting your stuff or you, okay? This is why this stuff is so cool. So I put my scorpion with a stinger up. I put on my items, right? Anyway, I was running to the car and I could hear some people coming. And, I won't say that these people were necessarily friendly because I could hear. I speak Spanish and I knew there were guys who wanted trouble. And I worked with the scorpion in such a way that they did not see my stuff, okay? I'm not saying that this makes things invisible. I'm not going to tell you some hocus pocus thing, but let's just say you trust in the power that's available. These animals will share such magical strength and power with you that you can start to trust in these type of experiences. My stuff wasn't touched. In fact, they walked right past. I remember sneakily looking because I'm like, shit, they're going right near my stuff, but I trusted in my scorpion and they walked right past. They were distracted by something going on in the sea, in the water. They didn't even look to the right to see my things, okay? This is what's on offer with these protection animals. It's protecting an extension of me, just like the snake can protect an extension of you. If it's something that belongs to you, if it's a part of you, it's got your life force energy, yeah, it can be protected by your protection animals. This is why this stuff is so awesome. So the sky's the limit, Ebony, with how you can work with a snake. Just invest the time in him because he's got your back. Literally, he's got your back. All right. So I hope that was clear. Feel free to reach out to me if you've got any questions. But they're amazing. This is why I love this work so much because we are so not alone, guys. Sorry, the screen keeps on doing something funny for me. Bear with me. Okay. Oh, weird. So yeah, you trust in him. He will give you an experience where you can really see what's possible. That's why I mean the universe will meet you where you're at. If you trust in these protection animals, then be prepared to be tripped out. Yeah, honestly, there's no other way of saying it. I'm not making any of this shit up. This is just based on my own experiences as well as the people that I work with, you know, very much so I know why he's around the base. You got it, sister. You got it. And it will support you in healing whatever's in there as well. Yeah, because this is an animal that sheds skin. He'll support you in shedding your own skin. All right, beautiful people. Oh, Veronica, hello. Welcome, people on Facebook. Hi, Jenny, Jules, Julie, Ashley, Debbie, beautiful. Okay, out of all you beautiful souls that are on Facebook, if you do want a reading, can you just put your name? I know you've said hello, but I want to make sure that I connect in with someone, even though I know everybody loves these readings, I want to make sure I connect in with someone who wants the reading now. It's just something about the name. I'll wait for that to jump out. Julie, you got it, Julie. There you are. Julie, you got in. All right, sweetheart, let's see what wants to come through for you. I've just got these feet going like this. All right, wait one sec, Julie. Who are you? Oh, beautiful. Okay. I have a male kangaroo, Julie. I don't know where you live, but this is a male kangaroo, okay? So let's see what he has to say. He says he's been with you since the age of 6. Okay. I think what's happening on these readings, this is what I've noticed every time I do them on here, is it's always the protection animals. There must be a theme. Honestly, there must be a theme. It's what we are needing right now because you've got plenty. Everybody's got plenty, but it seems to be the protection animals are always the ones wanting to come forward. So I just wanted to say that. It's obviously what we need as human beings right now in the current climate. So that's a note to everybody. Keep your, boundaries intact, okay, in these current times. Okay. Let's see who this magical being is. All right, so this male kangaroo, Julie, has been with you since the age of 6. And cool. These are his words. He literally has your back, meaning he stands behind you, okay? He stands behind you. He stands so upright, okay? I'm waiting to see. Yeah, okay. He says he's a red kangaroo. I was waiting to see because all I saw was this shadow. And I'm like, yeah, I can see how big you're going. He goes, no, he's massive. So he's taller than me. He's huge, okay? It's a tall male red kangaroo. He stands behind you. And you know what? He stands behind you. I'm going to do it like this. I can do this on Instagram, but you can't see. Like this, almost in that pose, when a male kangaroo is in his defense. He's like this, but he's upright, okay? And he stands behind you. And why this is so cool is it's in that position. That's all you need to do is see him there. Whenever you are, like I was saying to Ebony, whenever you're feeling that you want that extra level of strength and protection, man, he's got your back. So in those moments you connect in with him, you just need to see him in your mind's eye, okay? Your mind's eye, which is your third eye, not these eyes. You see him here with this eye. You see him behind you, upright. In that position, damn, he's got your back. Because in those moments, he's sharing the power of protection with you. There's something about you standing up tall, okay? That's what he wants to say as well. So when you connect in with him, it's going to support you in standing up tall and feeling confident in who you are. Something happened at the age of 6, and I always reflect on the age of 5 and 6 because that tends to be when we start school. But they don't give me the reason. They just tell me that that's the age when the power animals come in. So your spirit animal would have had to have stepped aside energetically, and he's come in place. So he's standing behind you and he's supporting you and standing strong. Yeah, and standing strong, knowing who you are and knowing that you're not a pushover either. He wants to say that. What else? He says, don't back down from conflict. Don't back down from conflict. There's a part of you that like shies away or withdraws your energy when you have to have those difficult conversations or when you have to have those. These are the words, the conflicting words, or at least the conflicting arguments. Sometimes you get caught in those conversations where you lose your power completely, sister. And you know what? We're all human and they are difficult, and especially now people are triggered and then some. He's got your back and he really wants you to know that it's time for you to stand up confidently and have those conversations with a knowing that not only what you're saying needs to be said, but it doesn't matter how it lands because you're speaking your authentic truth, and he's got your back to do that. All right. He's really got your back to do that. And you might be surprised that having that awareness that is there and supporting you in feeling confident, yeah, will allow you to have that interaction, not only in a more profound way, but also to receive whatever's coming back to you in a different way. So what I'm being shown is when you've had conversations with people, especially over the last few months, it's been very challenging. It's been very challenging and you've lost your power. And we've all had to navigate through this, yeah, especially in the choices we're making right now. It's very easy to lose our power in the conversations we make with people who don't necessarily agree with our positions or our choices. And so he's seriously there to support you in the choices that you make, but talking about them, sharing about them, you know, discussing them with people who may not be able to receive them, but you feel to share it anyway. He's got your back. All right, beloved. So if you've got any questions further about him, feel free to reach out to me, but just trust in him. He's taller than you, okay? He stands so upright that he's like, I'm seeing him come over from above your head. So that's how tall he is, okay? And like I was saying with Ebony, the magical thing with these animals, and I won't even use the word magic because magic has gotten such, you know, a bad rap, that word. The power that is on offer and the capability for us humans when we connect with these power animals is far beyond what we can, you know, see, touch, feel in the physical sense. And I've shared different examples, but I think I'll use the male kangaroo one on here just for those who haven't heard it, because you've got a male kangaroo. So Julie, I went to a beautiful place somewhere in Melbourne where there was a lovely lake and it's surrounded by pine trees all around the lake. But there's a path that goes around as well, the pine trees. But there's every now and then there's a little pathway to the left that says you can turn left to go to the lake. Anyway, it was isolated and I went down to the lake and I was really in a Zen space. It was beautiful there. And I could start to hear commotion coming down the path. This was on the other side of the pine trees. And I thought, oh gosh, I really don't want them to disturb my Zen, because right now I was with all the animals. Yeah, I was with the animals, I was with the elements. I didn't want there to be this noise. And the guys that were coming closer, it sounded like they were having a footy game. Yeah, they were swearing, they were being aggressive, they were loud. And I thought, no, you know what? I don't really want this coming towards me. So part of what we do with our protection animals, because it's protecting our field, yeah, we're not touching anyone else's field. It's our own field. They choose how to respond. Yeah, they choose how to react to whatever vibration we are or frequency we're at when we have our energy field intact like this, right? So I decided to put one of my protection animals is a male kangaroo. I put my male kangaroo on the path coming down to the lake. Yeah, I just put him in position. For me, position was like this. Okay, so I had him sitting there in position, and there was just a knowing that this kangaroo was going to protect my field. Now, what ended up happening was this group of guys, they came to the sign, and it was really funny because I heard the first guy say, oh, yeah, look, we can go to the lake. Let's turn to the lake. And I thought, oh, shit, let's see what happens, right? And then the second guy goes, yeah, let's go to the lake. And they're all rowdy. And the third guy goes, I don't know if we want to go to the lake. Why don't we just keep on going forward? And then I heard the first guy go, yeah, why don't we just go forward? Yeah, let's just go forward. And I went, damn, I love this stuff so much. So what ended up happening was, yeah, they could have come down to the lake. Yeah, I wasn't blocking them. However, they would have felt energetic repelled. They weren't the same frequency as what I was at that time. And it would have just put an energetic, you know, I'm going to say an energetic repellent. Yeah, people can still push through that repellent if they choose. This is a planet of free will. Well, supposedly in many ways anyway. But they had a choice. They didn't feel the pull. They may have initially, but my kangaroo was there protecting my field and protecting my energy. It was completely different to theirs. And so they would have felt that repelling and they continued on. And so, you know, then I said gratitude to my kangaroo. But this is what is possible, guys. This is what is possible. This is why, you know, I call this all secret animal wisdom. It's not that it's a secret. It's just been kept a secret from us Westerners, okay? Many Indigenous cultures know about this, and it's us in the Western world that's missing out on these incredible powers and abilities which are part of our birthright. So that's why I do these readings. That's why I do one-on-one sessions. That's why I do my group events. Yeah, please join me on this because this stuff is just so part of who you are. All right, so I'll answer any questions and feel free to ask me anything, guys. I'm here to support anyone who needs the support because we are so all in this crazy journey called Earth Walk or Earth School, I should say, together. Well, hey, Rochelle, hey, beautiful medicine sister. Hi, Kathleen. Christine, could you please tell me the meaning of the blue wren? Wow. Okay, well, let's see. The way that I work, Christine, one sec. Sorry. The way that I work is I connect in with the meaning for you, okay? If you were to go and look, I always say don't go on Dr. Google, because if you go on Dr. Google, often there's a general meaning for certain animals. And I always invite people to check in first of all with themselves in their heart, what intuitively comes through. What I do, because I connect in with the animal itself, is I can get the message for you, right? But it may not necessarily be the collective meaning, if that makes sense, all right? So let me see what is up with this beautiful blue wren. Oh, wow, what a divine being. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm actually being told, Christine, it's actually a loved one. I didn't expect that. I'm being told it's a loved one who's on the other side, and it's not a human. It's not a human. That's so interesting. So if you've got okay, I'm being told it's actually your dog. Did you have a dog? Or, I mean, this is a dog your whole life, right? But you have a dog in spirit. It's come to you as the blue wren, my love. So there's a lot more I could go into with that, but that's all that's just popped in. There's a seeking of some connection and acknowledgement for you with this dog. Gosh, these animals, I'm going to get emotional. These animals will do whatever they can to get our attention, right? Let's see if he wants to say anything else. No, it's just the beginning, but he just wants to acknowledge that's your dog in spirit, yeah? I think you know who I'm talking about. But if you do want to know more, just let me know, okay? Because it's I think that would be a full-on reading, my love. All right, so Instagram, let us see. All right, Facebook, let's see what we've got here. Oh, I'm trying with my finger. That's not going to work. Use the mouse. Welcome, everybody. William, well, can you ask my raven why he's pecking me? He's doing it randomly. To wake you up, Will. I say that with so much love, but your raven's doing that to wake you up and say, hey, what's going on? You paying attention? Where are your thoughts? What are you investing energy in? Hint, hint. Well, just saying that with so much love. Your raven's going to be very persistent, my dear brother. Hi, Linda. Oh, Debbie. Next week, my loves. If I'm sorry I didn't get to all of you. I can only do 2 on these calls because I want to make sure I invest enough time in each one. Julie, I definitely understand what you're saying. Oh, I'm glad, Julie. I'm really glad. It's such a beautiful relationship that you can have with these power animals. So, give it all the energy you can, because it's so rewarding, so rewarding, and obviously with gratitude, yeah. Because this is just next level stuff, and it's something I teach my children. It's something I try and teach any child that I get the opportunity to, so they've got these abilities for life. You know, can you imagine going to school knowing you've got these? I call them animal family. There's animal families in I'll say spirit, but they can manifest physically. But at the end of the day, it's not something we see with these eyes. So can you imagine children knowing they've got that for the rest of their lives? It's a game changer. Raven Cat Stud, I just saw that you don't see the message on your personal page. Yeah, I know. I don't know what it is. I've got this platform I'm using, but the actual messages are not coming through from my personal page if you put comments there. So you have to go to my business page. My daughter loves animals already at such a young age. It's beautiful. Yes. You see, children just know. Children just know. If she's got a love for animals, then expand that. And just tell her that it's more than even just what she sees with these eyes, that she's got a whole team of animals that are working there to keep her safe, to help give her confidence and to show her the way, as well as she's got a spirit animal that is her. And if you want to know who that animal is, there's many different ways to find out who this animal is for each of you. I have a meditation on my Secret Animal Wisdom page, which I created, or you can reach out to me for a reading, or, I do my monthly events. It's just something that everybody should know, because it's a part of who you are. It's a part of your identity, as well as there's so many meditations everywhere. It's just up to you if you feel you're ready to meet that part of yourself, right? Facebook user, sparrows mean my nana is visiting me. What's the meaning of this animal? Well, sparrow, hang on a sec, sorry, the comment just disappeared. What's the meaning of this animal? Generally, the sparrow is actually about the breadcrumbs, yeah? What I mean by that is Why is it a sparrow is that bird that always seems to find food wherever it goes. It always manages to find those little specks. You go to a picnic site, there's always sparrows around, and they're always able to find those little pieces of food, the breadcrumbs, yeah. They're incredible at finding the next piece of nourishment. What's the metaphor for that? Yeah, so this is an animal that's acknowledging that there's some next piece of nourishment. There's some next breadcrumb for you to be able to receive, explore, welcome a new project, your next level of creativity. It depends on the individual situation, but that is the general message for sparrow. But you're more than welcome to reach out if you want me to do a reading on that. George, Debbie, are you able to attach the link for your meditation? Yeah, sorry, Debbie, I completely forgot. It's actually in my page, in my group, but I will do that soon. Facebook user, hi all. Sorry, I can't see who you are. Julie, thank you. Oh, I love you, Julie. Thank you. My pleasure. Jules, I have autism. I'd love to know my spirit animal. Oh, Jules, I actually do the spirit animal readings. I have to do one-on-one, or I do in my groups. The reason for that is it's not just something that I can teach or give you in 5 minutes. The actual spirit animal reading requires a process for you to embody this animal again. There's an integration process. There's a step-by-step, there's a step-by-step process I take people through so that you can then do this at home, and it's solidifying that relationship. So please reach out to me if you want to know your spirit animal. In these readings, I do your power animal. Power animals. We've got power animals. Most of us have got plenty. Spirit animal, you've only got one. Spirit animal is you. Power animals are not you. They're just animals wanting to share their power with you. We'll work with him. All right. Awesome, Will. Beautiful. Okay. I think that's all the questions. Oh, do you know about familiars in living pets? Well, yeah, happy to share that. So when it comes to our living pets, the living pets that we've got, I don't even like to call them pets. I call them our companions. These beloved animals, we've got contracts with them. We have contracts with them, just like soul contracts, just like we have with humans. Yeah, same theme. So the relationship that we have with them is at that level, meaning it's not the same as a power animal. It's not the same as your spirit animal. Okay, so when it comes to familiars, it's not even that either, because your living pets, your living companions, I should say, are your soul family, soul contracts. And there's an exchange of, the learning and the growth that both of you are experiencing. It's different to familiars. Does that make sense? Ebony, does that make sense? Let's see. And I do also companion animal readings. It's part of the fun. Yeah. What I teach and what I love so much is when you spend time with your power animals, and when you spend time with your spirit animals, what you're doing is you are activating and working with this muscle. And the more we work with this muscle in meditation, in you might have dreams, you might be lucid dreaming, your visions. There's so many different ways that you can work with this muscle. But the more that we work with it, the stronger our telepathy gets, the stronger our animal communication skills get, and the stronger our ability to connect with spirit gets. Yeah, so it's all interrelated. So it's something that I love to teach, as well as I do readings for people. If you want your dogs or your cats or your beloved horses or birds, I love doing those readings as well. Just reach out, my love. Hey, legend, I woke at 6 a.m. 3 days ago with a white-tailed spider sitting directly on my third eye. Whoa, I did freak out a bit. Well, Stuart, that ain't no ordinary animal to be sitting on your third eye. Let me use the exact phrase that white-tailed spider gave to me probably about 10 years ago, and it ain't no sugarcoating phrase either. Are you the hunter, or are you being hunted? That's the statement the white-tailed spider brings, okay? Now, it's individual for each person where that fits, but what I mean is, are you being hunted as in energetically, psychically hunted, or are you psychically hunting something else? And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It is an alert or a call to action, because there's something there, yeah? Reach out to me, brother, because that's actually a really deep one, especially because it was during, you woke up, so you were coming out of dream time. So there's something going on there. But the whitetail it's part of your team, right? So it's part of the animals that have got your back to alert you, to make sure you want it. You can ask all the people that have worked with me, when they've had a whitetail spider, I'm like, woohoo, you are being asked to take some serious steps here. Yeah, there's quite a few sisters who watch these lives. You know who you are, and the white-tailed spiders do not mess around. So when they pick you, especially when they do something as blunt as that, it's a call to action, brother. No sugarcoating that one. Could you do a mum and baby reading together maybe? Yeah, that's what I do. If you go on my website, secretanimalwisdom.com, and look under bookings, you'll see there's actually, ways to book, but I do mother and bub readings. I love them. I absolutely love them because I love working with the bubs, because then the mother knows who the spirit animal is and the baby will know that growing up, and you guys can journey together. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, freaking awesome. So yeah, feel free, my love. Ashley, I would love to know my param. Oh, Ashley, look, I do these lives every week, sister. I do them every week. Okay, so if you comment next week, then I'll do my best, but I usually pick ones that jump out at the beginning. If you still want to know, feel free to reach out to me because I do readings online. How do I do that? Where are you, Jules? How do I do that? I don't know where to find you. I'm not good with technology. Oh, you could just message me on Facebook, Jules. Just send me a Facebook message. Yeah. Otherwise, you can actually go to my website, which is secretanimalwisdom.com, and you can do contact me if that's easier. I've got Instagram is also Secret Animal Wisdom, and you can just message me there. But yeah, don't worry, you can find me. And if you get stuck, if you absolutely get stuck, just look up my name on Facebook and you can message me there and just befriend me, sweetheart. Caspar, welcome, Caspar. Sorry, this is going on a bit longer, but I love seeing the comments. Raven, they really are our companions and come to us when we need them, for sure. Both times that I have had a cat and now 2 kittens were times when I really needed them. Absolutely. And that's because they've got such profound soul contracts, not only to support us in our evolution, our soul evolution, but they come here to experience something as well to support their growth. Yeah. I've had many animals that have changed from being a cat to a dog, in different lifetimes, to actually, and even though this goes against what some other people believe, I've had the evidence of this, where some humans have chosen to come back in animal form, okay? And the reverse, yeah? And then have shown up in spirit. It's mind-blowing. If they have a contract they want to fulfill, you guys have made a contract before you came here, then they'll come back. They'll come back, and they do it. That's why it's just so special. I don't know why my comment went under your question. Raven, Cat Star, you're funny. Casper, wow, bloody hate them. Are you talking about whitetails? No, please don't hate any animal, guys. Please don't hate any animal. Those that we fear the most, may I say this with 100% of my heart, those we fear the most are actually the ones that are wanting to show us something so profound so that we can reach our full potential, yeah? There is something on the other side of that fear. There is something on the other side of what is causing that fear, and I promise you it's gold. I promise you it's gold. Yeah, if you can see it for something really, really, really beneficial and you go there, man, it's worth it. Great, yay. Thank you. The other thing I was going to say before I end this beautiful live, thank you everyone who's on here, is I fear bees. Oh, sorry, Raven, I fear bees because I'm deathly allergic to them. Thank you. Oh my God, Raven, you just reminded me. I don't know if you saw my image on Instagram. Thank you for reminding me, and I'll come into where the bee actually fits. Thank you. Perfect timing. When you have a fear of an animal, even though I just said that before with the spider, there is really something on this other side of that. But predominantly with animals like bees, my son, okay, my own beloved son, Sage, he has currently got a fear of bees. Now, where did this come from? It actually came from a few different spaces. It's not from being with me. It's being with certain other members of the family, as well as his twin has been stung twice, okay? So we are now working in a way to go to the other side of this fear, and it's important he gets there. It's really important. I'm not controlling him. I'm guiding him, because the bees actually have something they want to teach him so that they can gift him something. And what that gift is, he's going to receive it in dream time. They already showed me, but he's got to want to go there. And so we're doing work together on it. That's what I'm saying. There's a real gift. There's a real gift on offer for those that want to face the fear of what they have most, or any fears of animals, or any fears in general, but specifically because these animals are wanting to give us something or show us something. Then if you can go through whatever is in the way of that. Now, often it can be because of a past life trauma as well, or something that happened in childhood. That's what I mean. There's something there that needs to be looked at. I promise you it's worth it. Anyway, back to the bees. Thank you, Raven, for bringing that to my attention. My intention was actually to share about the fear. That was the plan. However, today I took my boys to a playground, and My son Kopal, I have twins, one's sage and one's Kopal. They're my two sacred plants in child form. So Kopal always finds me animals, always. He'll find me animals. Anyway, I found an injured bee, and whenever we find an injured bee, we put it where there's flowers. So maybe it's been, impacted by spraying, or it's dehydrated. So we put it in a safe environment. And then he comes back to me after, because they were riding their bikes. He comes back after and he says, "Mummy, there's bees everywhere and they're all dying." And I went, "Oh dear." So I got a container and we were literally picking up. I think we picked up probably about 15 bees in the end. Most of them had died by now, by this point. And it felt like a mass spray. But at the same time, there was a message that came with that. Because, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but there is so much more going on here. And the animals are always going to be showing us what we need to see during these times, let alone any time. But now it's on steroids. And so to see this mass death, it was mass death of the animal that makes the sweetest substance on earth, as well as the bee is a constant reminder of what's possible when it comes to community, constant reminder of what humans are possible when they stand together, yeah? Constant reminder of what we can create, that sweet life that we can create when we do work together, when we do come into harmony and work as a unit like the bees do in a hive. And this was just shown to me there was a death, like massive death, as well as they were dying in front of us. It wasn't easy to see. And what I really got is, especially now, but today, for any reason, but for today, we're at a juncture. Like, it's going to get more and more serious that we make these choices that are in alignment with what we want, that is more in alignment with what the bees have, yeah? If you want, or if what you want to dream in is like what the bees live, then you got to focus on it. We can't let go of that dream, because the powers that be are going to do whatever they can to destroy that dream, to destroy that vision, so that we cannot achieve that sweetness. So we cannot achieve that reality that we have actually come here to create for the future 7 generations. And the bees were really blunt in sharing that message with me and my son today. So wanted to just share that. We can't ignore this. And if you've got something that's in the way for you, if you are struggling, if you are having, I don't know, I'm going to say an addiction to food, an addiction to alcohol, an addiction to sex, an addiction to cigarettes, an addiction to something, Facebook, whatever it is for you, if you have an addiction, and most of us do, okay, it's because you, and there's no judgment because we're all in this, it's because you are not wanting to go to those feelings. You're not wanting to dive into those struggling emotions, or those difficult emotions, to really feel what needs to be felt so it can be shifted. So what I invite you to do more than ever is go there. More than ever, try and find a way. And I'm here to support you guys. If you want me to keep you accountable, if you want a person to hold your hand, I'm here. But go there. Do your best now more than ever to shift this. Find those healers. Find the medicine people that you can work with. Find the necessary tools. I'm certainly here. I support many people. Reach out to me if you want someone to support you. But do it. We need you. Yeah, Mother Earth needs you more than ever. The next 7 generations needs you. We can't hide from this anymore, okay? And that's what needed to be said by these beautiful bees. It's like, it's cut for it, guys. I'm going to say do or die. It's blunt. That's the message. Otherwise, we miss out on that sweetness. And I can tell you now, that's not what I want for my children. And that's not what I want for the next 7 generations either. So I'm committed, and I know if you're on this call, you're probably just as committed as I am, and we're in this together. Yeah, we are so in this together. Ignore the BS that's going on out there. Ignore the story. That's not our story. Our story's in here. Yeah, sorry, Facebook. Our story's in here. Yeah, our story is in here, and our children, and what we want for the future of this beloved Mother Earth, this Earth Mother. Spend time with her. Go out in nature. Make a fire. Spend time with the elements. We've got all the support we need to rise through this challenging circus of the sci-fi movie. Let me just go through any comments. Oh, this is telling to my mum, fear, hide something. Absolutely, Diana. That's absolutely. And you know what? They want to keep us in fear. There's a reason for that, because they know they control us when we're in fear. But when we're in here, this beloved organ, they got no control. Sorry, they got no control. It's water off a duck's back. Raven, I try to talk to them though. You've got this, sister. You're awesome. Ashley, I have a fear of birds. Understandable. That's another one that people do fear. But there's so much that you could go, like, if you want to go there, I'm happy to support you. We can go there and we can find out why it came, what you've got it from, and we can work through it. So reach out to me if you want to go there. But I completely understand. But it's something that if you look at it, sister, it's worth its weight in gold. Casper, yeah, I will thank my Mr. Whitetail was in my room a few weeks back. I'll lean into it. Go there, Casper. Go there, sister. It's seriously tough medicine. Whitetail is tough medicine. Can't sugarcoat when they show up. Can't sugarcoat. That's probably the nicest thing I can say. But you know what? It's like a let's see, what's the analogy I had years ago for the whitetail? It's like someone in the army showing up, and I don't know. It's like you either listen to me or it's like a cutthroat. Like, I don't know, use that word, but it's like, I'm going to enforce this. You have to listen to me. Like, that's the energy and strength of the whitetail. You do not want to avoid listening to a whitetail. Yeah. It is such a powerful teacher, but it is so worth it. I have such gratitude when they show up because they will show me something so quickly, so on point, that you nip it in the bud before it needs to go any further. Yeah, that's why they're such valuable teachers. I mean, they all are. All animals are, but whitetails, that's a piece of work. Julie, spot on. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Casper. Freedom is on the other side of fear. Absolutely, Raven. Absolutely. Daniel, isn't it to lose one's freedom to give up what one wants in their own life and heart? Isn't it to lose one's freedom to give up what one wants in their own life and heart? I don't know if Daniel, I see it differently, because the heart knows what the soul wants, and the soul wants what is part of your destiny, what it is part of your children's destiny. You know, your soul will guide you there. So I'm not talking necessarily about desire. Yeah, desire can be fed often by ego. Desire, wants is, you know, I'm not going down that thread. I'm talking about from here, where there's a knowing, there's a real feeling. It lights you up because it's something that just is nourishing on a soul level. And that's something you know you want, but it's for you and your children and the future generations. Yeah, it's slightly different to desire. Yeah, I'm happy to go into that further. I just don't want to sit on it for too long. Also ignore, oh, yes, well, thanks for that. I just don't want to talk about that word on there, beloved brother. Total world control starts with me. Oh, thanks, Will. All right, beautiful people. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I look forward to seeing you next week. And if you do want to work with me, please reach out. I love this work so much. You're not alone. If you're struggling, don't struggle alone. Don't suffer in silence. We need to stick together. Yeah, we really need to stick together wherever you are in the world. Don't do this alone. All right? You've got this. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening. If you're in Melbourne, seriously, go out in nature. And I'm going to say, don't worry about the 5K. But anyway, have a lovely, lovely evening. Thank you. Hold the line. Absolutely, Raven. You've got this. Take care, beautiful people. You are awesome. Love you all. Thank you.